spin the camera, take the image, spin the camera, take the image.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you need a website, go to squarespace.com/Heaton. And yes, I did forget to do this whilst out taking photographs because it was just so beautiful.
Autumn is a very short period, especially in the area where I live. If you have a good burst of autumn colours, then you're probably looking at no more than a week of good colour to work with. But what you have to remember is that within that week, things can go dramatically wrong. So if you have a week of bad weather and storms blowing through, all that colour can be gone in a matter of a day or two. And if you're lucky and you have a relatively calm week, that colour will last and last and last. So I would say right now, I'm in peak autumn. It's getting on for the end of October. It's Halloween in a few days. And this is a really good time to go out and shoot autumn colours. And this year, 2017, especially in the northeast of England, seems to be a really good year. So I have two images in mind, two autumn photographs that I've visualised in my head for a long time. One I've found and I'm looking at now. The other is elusive and I'm yet to find it. So what I'm photographing now is a simple panoramic image. And I've been lucky enough to find a section of woodland where we have lovely, straight, uniform trees. And surrounding those trees are bursts of fiery autumn colours, reds, yellows, vibrant greens, dark oranges and browns, all held together by the uniformity of the trees. It's a very clean scene, which is perfect as a lot of woodland is chaotic and it's difficult to find order and make sense of the chaos. So I visualised in my mind for probably about 5 or 6 weeks now, this panoramic image, this gorgeous golden panoramic image. And it's taken me several trips to various woodlands around the northeast to find it. Now I'm lucky because I have a dog who is not here with me today, but he comes with me on my exploration walks, my scouting walks. And I take him for walks in new places all the time. And I'm always looking out for new images and new compositions. And at this time of year, I'm specifically looking out for two things. One, I'm looking for a clean panoramic, which I've found here. The second image, which I can't find, is similar to this in that I'm looking for uniform trees with no colour apart from one small sapling or a smaller tree with a burst of colour in the middle of a larger group of trees with no colour. I want it to be clean and uniform and distraction free, with all the emphasis, all the focus being on that simple tree. Now I'm sure people in the comments below are going to point me in the direction of some images taken that are similar to that. But I can't find it anywhere, and I have explored several woodland, high and low. But I'll keep looking, I still have a couple of days. The sun is just starting to rise, so there's a lovely golden sky behind the woodland where I'm shooting. But I'm not including the sky in my image. That would be too bright, too much of a distraction. I'm actually cutting off the sky and I'm cutting off the ground. So we're just having a clean panoramic of those uniform trees with the bursts of colour behind. And I'm looking at it now and it's just lovely. I'm so lucky to have found this small section of woodland. It's actually at a fork in the path. So the path comes down and you can either go right or you can go left. And it's that fork in the road that seems to have created this clean section of woodland. So the difficulty I'm having now is there is a slight breeze in the air. Now it's not constant, it just comes through every now and again. But because I'm shooting a panoramic, it's a series of about 6 images. And each image is approximately a 1 second exposure. And I have to leave 1 second between each image because of camera shake. So if I zoom into my screen 10 times and then release the camera, you can see that it takes a second to stop shaking. And what happens is if you take that image immediately, so if I spin the camera, take the image, spin the camera, take the image, then the camera's shaking all the time. So your images are going to be soft. So I have to spin the camera, wait a second, take the exposure, which is another second. So you're looking at a good sort of 15-20 seconds to grab the images needed to make this photograph. That means I need 15 or 20 seconds of complete stillness with no wind. And it's frustrating because it doesn't always happen. So I have to be patient and I have to wait. Now the light now is just gorgeous. The sun's just coming up, it's illuminating the clouds behind the woodland, giving me this lovely glow. And that glow is backlighting the leaves. I have a polarizer on, so I can just take the glare off the leaves. And what the polarizer does is it saturates those colours and it makes the back of the woodland much darker, so you get rid of that glare, which is effectively the bright sky bouncing off all of those leaves. You get rid of that and you just retain the gorgeous colour. And it's subtle, but it's very effective, and I certainly would advise the use of a polarizer when shooting woodland photography. It's peaceful. There's no one here. It's just completely quiet apart from nature. And that's one of the best things about photography. When you have mornings like this that are calm, still, quiet. It's good for the soul, it's good for the mind. There have been studies that suggest that spending time in nature is good for your mental state. It's good for stress. It's good for many things. And it is. Just being out in nature, especially in the woodland. Would highly, highly recommend it. So this has been a much slower paced video compared to my usual content. And that's because it's a slow day. Like, I try and keep my videos real, how I feel. If I'm excited, I'll be excited. If I'm miserable, I'll be miserable. And the video will always reflect that. If I'm calm and relaxed, then the video is going to feel calm and relaxed. And that's what we have here. Right. It's calm. We have gorgeous light. So I'm going to take this image. I've leveled my tripod. My polarizer is set to the right position, the correct position. Damn. Just as I'm setting up, a breeze blows through. Oh well. I'm sure it'll stop soon. Nope. Ah, dear me. Patience is key in this game. So I've been here about 25 minutes now. And I'm still not getting a long enough gap in the breeze to allow me to take this image. So if I take this as a single exposure, it's not so much of a problem, but because I'm stitching images together, I need each image to align. But with the wind blowing the leaves and the branches, those images don't align when you stitch them together. Patience. Okay, we're good. Got it. Ah, man, that took me almost half an hour just to get that image. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this morning was all about just that one image. And I often say this, don't put too much pressure on yourself trying to shoot everything you see. 'Cause I mean, I'm surrounded by beauty, but really, it would make no sense to try and shoot everything. It wouldn't work. You would end up with mediocrity. So instead, try and capture just that one photograph. So I'm walking back to the car now, but trust me, if I do see something, I will stop and I'll shoot it. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. I've got what I came for. I've had a very nice morning and I can enjoy the rest of the day now, knowing that I've created something and that my time's been well spent.
And one more time, because I forgot to do this while shooting my images in the woods, I'd like to thank Squarespace for their continued support of my channel. If you need a website, go to squarespace.com/Heaton and start your free trial. And if you like your free trial and you like how the website looks and generally you're having an all-round good experience, use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. Please make your next move with Squarespace.